Hello everyone, today is July the 13th. Approximate time is about 12:45, and of course I'm here at the gym here. Get ready to get a workout in on my hamstring and calf day. But before I get into my workout, I just want to take you through another segment of, as I said, church in the gym there. And today we're going to talk more about, believe it or not, peer pressure. Most of the time we think peer pressure has a lot to deal with teenagers. We're talking about from middle school to high school. But we fail to realize peer pressure is something that we're going to face for the rest of our lives, no matter whom we are. And the peer pressure that we should be facing is things that are going to put us in the right direction. And today I'm going to read a scripture from the book of Daniel. And we're going to read the book of Daniel, which is chapter 1, verse 8 through 21. Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel were young men that was picked up by King Nebuchadnezzar. And he basically, they was chosen to go into the kingdom, which means, you're talking about everything, all the royal things that kings do, which means even from the food. Well, I want to read this peer pressure about to happen with Daniel on the decision that he had to make. And we're going to start with, it says, like I said, chapter 1, verse 8. It said, but Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine, and he asked the chief official for permission not to defile himself this way. Now God had caused the official to show favor and compassion to Daniel. But the official told Daniel, I am afraid of my lord, the king, who has assigned you food and drink. Why should he see you looking worse than the other young men your age? The king would then have my head because of you. Now, if we look at that negative tension there, that's what most of us think sometimes, believe it or not, when some of us, when we start to mention the Bible, we always get the negative attitude and say, oh, there's no way this can work. Or it's the same thing with the eating plan. We think an eating plan going to work right then immediately. And then when it doesn't work, we get upset. But I'm going to continue on reading. Daniel then said to the God whom the chief official had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat the raw food and treat your servants in accordance with what you see. So he agreed to this and tested them for 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any other young men who ate the raw food. So the God took away their choice of food and the wine they were to drink and gave them vegetables instead. To these 4 young men of God gave knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning. And Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. At the end of the time set by the king to bring them into his service, the chief official presented them to Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them, and he found none to equal to Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's service. In every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king questioned them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and the enchanters in his whole kingdom. And Daniel remained there until the first year of King Cyrus. Now, if we look at this and reading this, Daniel was under peer pressure. And he's stayed on his mindset no matter what. No, let's try this. I'm going to give you vegetables. I'm going to eat vegetables for 10 days. And I want to show you the difference based between them and royal foods. Now, you got to remember that people that's in the council, they didn't eat any type of foods. I'm pretty sure they ate some healthy foods. But Daniel wanted to eat vegetables. And you see how God came upon the official and made him comply with this. Then afterwards, you notice that after 10 days, there was 10 times smarter, brighter than the witchcraft people. We basically call it. Here it is. As we know, we're talking witchcraft, ones that doing miracles here, which we think magicians, as we put it, was 10 times smarter. Because you know why? Because they believed in God and his faith. Because apparently God had placed them in that situation to show definitely his power. And sometimes we go through a lot of things in life where we make decisions that we know that we shouldn't because we try to fit in with the crowd. Sometimes we got to be careful, but we'll go back to those things that we know that is wrong because God has removed you from that situation. And we rather go back and feel that our life is a lot more comfortable of doing things that we know that is not right in God's eye, even though, because we feel that that pressure comes on and we can't follow through. But if you know us, think about it. Daniel went through it for 10 days. 10 days. Now, it might look like seems to be that long, but most of us know that 10 days is a long time. But he had a point to prove already. He knew already what's going to happen after them 10 days. We don't have enough faith sometimes to believe that God will make a change in our life after 10 days. Some of us can't do it after 10 hours. Some of us can't do it after 10 minutes. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I made decisions just like Daniel. And now it's going on 4 years. And I'm still working towards it, continue to work towards it, the things that God has blessed me with. And yes, I did have to separate myself from some things. And I had to become the person that God has wanted me to become. And I'm on that uphill battle with that every single day because I believe in the end, it's not about with me trying to work things here. I want to make sure I help people get there. And no, I'm not perfect. Never will be. As Apostle Paul said, all of us have committed sin. But the difference of renewing the mind and talking from the Spirit. When we start talking from the Spirit, that's when we know we got things under wraps there. But until next week, everyone, please have a blessed week.